do it. Let's do it. DMV Mancave, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. You ready?
Yes.
All right. What time is it? Man Cave time. Who? What's going on? DMV, the Man Cave is in the building, y'all. And I'm your host, the Nate is Real. My co-host JP is at the beach. And my producer E Money's on board as usual right here. Y'all know we the premier sports and entertainment podcast in the DMV right now. You know, we bring the sports, we bring the music, we mix the two up and we turn up, y'all. So sit back, relax, and take a little ride with us, man. So hopefully everybody had a happy 4th of July, you know, whatever you want to call it, summer festivities, you know, July fireworks day, whatever you want to call it. I hope everybody stays safe out there and had a good time, had some good cookout food, had some wings. I definitely had some good chicken. I had to throw that on the grill, you know, hit the pool up with the kids, you know, definitely had the fireworks flowing. Man, I had a great time, man. All the kids came out, everybody was having a good time, and I got a little clap at the end, you know, for doing a good job putting on a good show. But it was a good time. Everybody stayed safe and nobody got hurt, and it was a good time, good music, good food. So how about you, E? How your week been going, man? Your Miami Heat, yeah, you on that Damian Lillard clock right now?
Yeah, we are.
Playing that waiting game. What you think? You think Damian Lillard be a good addition?
I hope so. This will definitely help Jimmy Butler right there, and some other players. Yes.
Yeah, I think definitely, man. Everybody's waiting to see where he's gonna go, man, and that we'll go ahead and start it off with that, man. Well, you know, we always do a little NBA segment here on the Man Cave, and we're gonna start off with none other than Damian Lillard, man. Everybody's heard the big news, and he's requested a trade finally. He's finally done with Portland, and he's got a wish list, man. He put out the teams that he wants, and he wants to go to Miami Heat. You know, that's his number one team. That's his only team. And just yesterday, the report came out from the NBA, and that Damian Lillard's representatives are going out and telling teams that if they acquire him, if it's anybody else other than Miami Heat, they're going to get an unhappy player. You know, so basically, if you trade for Dame and you're not the Miami Heat, he's going to come in with a bad attitude. He's not going to play as hard as so. It's kind of crazy that they would put that narrative out there. This is kind of the first time we've heard this. And I was like, man, they got some nerve. Like who? Like Damian Lillard, you're not LeBron, you're not Kobe, like you're not Jordan. Like you for you to let your agent even put that out there, you got some nerve too, for real. Like you gotta just kind of play it in a way where you're doing it behind the scenes. Like if Miami Heat, the team you want to go to, you got to be able to work all that behind the scenes with the agents, with the coaches, with their representatives, with your representatives. All that's supposed to be in-house, and you're not supposed to be letting all that out there like that. So they kind of backfired on him because he was trying to put pressure on them, and it just didn't work. So we're going to see where Damian Lillard, I think he still is going to end up with the Miami Heat to team up with Jimmy Butler, and they're going to make a formidable 1-2 punch in the Eastern Conference, man. They're going to be tough to beat. And Dame still's got a lot of juice left in the tank, man. So I know he's been linked to Utah Jazz a little bit as well. But that's only because he went to Weber State. You know, if y'all don't know, Weber State is in Utah, and that's where Damian Lillard went to college. So, but if they trade for Dame, they're kind of in rebuild mode. So I don't like that as a destination. And I think he just needs to shut up and just go wherever. Because if you you put yourself in that situation to be in Portland. You resigned, I think, once or twice there. You could have been opted out and become a free agent. So, to me, I think, Dame, you just need to hush, just quiet it up a little bit, and try to work your way to Miami. If you don't go there, just try to get to a contender. If you get somewhere you don't like, just let them know that y'all got to trade me again before the deadline in February. But don't do it. Don't put that I'm gonna be unhappy narrative out there and all that. That's just a bad look, man. Like, you don't want to act like you a malcontent or you're not gonna play hard if you don't go to the team that you want. You still making millions of dollars, and you're supposed to be one of the top players in the NBA. You should be able to lead a team to the next level. But everybody needs some help. We understand that. So we're gonna keep an eye on that story, y'all, and see, where that goes from there. But everybody's on that Damian Lillard watch, man. But we got to talk about Victor Wemby. I'm just going to call him Wemby. The big 7'5" kid that got drafted. He's making his NBA debut on Friday, y'all. I think it's Friday at 7 o'clock in the Las Vegas Summer League. And the game is already sold out. Like, it's going to be like standing room only. Everybody wants to see this freak phenomenon, this 7'5" guy that can shoot the three, can handle like Kevin Durant. And he's the next up and coming guy that they promoting, and he's got a lot of potential. So I'm definitely gonna be tuned into that game at 7 o'clock. And what you think he gonna do? I think I can see him getting about 20 points.
20 points.
20 points, 10 rebounds, like 3 blocks or something. Because he's not gonna be playing against a lot of competition.
No, I could see him really defend out there, and then he's gonna get some good defenses. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna definitely block 2-3 shots, and
right.
Just his presence in the lane alone. All he gotta do is just stand up, put his hands up, and there's gonna be celebrities out there. And so I want to see how he handles the spotlight. He's saying that he don't feel the pressure and he don't care about the pressure. But what happens when they put that NBA weight on you?
Yeah.
Because they not just going to let you come in the league and think you're going to push people around,
No.
They did the same thing to Tony Kukoc, did the same thing to Kevin Durant. They're gonna make you work for it. So he going to have to put on like 10, 15 pounds of muscle.
The same to Tim Duncan too, right?
Oh, yeah. If he facing people like Duncan, Karl Malone from back in the day.
Right.
Some of the bigger guys like Joker, he don't want to see Jokic down there for the Nuggets. He just back him down all day. So that'd be interesting to see, man. I want to see how he handled the spotlight on Friday. So that game's at 7 o'clock, and that's gonna be funny though. That's gonna be funny to see all the hoopla and the circus around everything. So y'all let me know in the comments, man, what y'all think. What y'all think Wemby gonna do on Friday, man? You think he gonna crap the bed, or is he gonna show up and have a good debut? I'm kind of leaning towards him having a good debut. It's not a lot of competition out there, so I think you can already bet on FanDuel who the Rookie of the Year is gonna be. I'm definitely placing that bet on him, and I might put a little wager on him getting 20 points or something. That'll probably be a good bet. So yeah, that's exciting, man. I love that Las Vegas Summer League. I just saw pictures. They just built this huge like sphere. It's called a sphere, but it's like this huge round ball like on the outside of some of the arenas, but it projects like different. One of the things it projects, it looks like it's like the moon or something. And then they got one where it turns into like a basketball. So it's basically like a big LED big screen, but it's made into like a ball, so they can put advertisements on there. They can play like movies on there, and it's like it goes all the way around. It's humongous. Like, I don't even know how many square feet it is. I'll look it up though. But definitely check that out. That new sphere in Vegas. It looks sweet. So the one I saw, they turned the whole thing into a basketball. And they're promoting the summer league, and then the next time I saw it, it was like an eyeball. It looked like a King Kong like eyeball, like opening up and closing, like with like the little all the secretion coming out of the eyes, like how you see the animals on the movies and on all that stuff. So they doing all sorts of animated, bringing stuff to life down there. So it's kind of cool to see some of the new infrastructure going on in the country, man. So, and I know you always traveling. Yeah, I like that jersey, by the way, man. You got that Larry Johnson joint.
Grandma.
I remember when LJ was on that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air playing Grandma Ma.
Yeah.
And, he was definitely with Nike and had some cool commercials. And he always had that great wig on, dunking with the dress on. Like, he was one of my favorite players, one of my favorite dudes in the dunk contest.
And he finished his career with the Knicks, too, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
Right.
I remember one of my favorite Larry Johnson moments was when he was with the Knicks. And I think it was like a minute left, and he got a 4-point play. For y'all don't know, that's a 3-pointer. And you get fouled, and that actually put them up one. And he hit the LJ. Like, he used to do this little symbol when he used to hit a three. In his older years, once he got to the Knicks, he couldn't really jump anymore. So he moved his game down to the 3-point line. So he became a pretty good knockdown 3-point shooter. I believe he was around like 37% around there. And between 30 and 40% towards the end of his career. But every time he hit a three, he hit the little LJ sign. It was just awesome, man. That was basketball in the 90s was real nice, but yeah, man. Speaking of Victor Wembanyama, his sister, supposedly Britney Spears and Victor got us to some sort of altercation down in Las Vegas. So
wow.
Apparently Britney Spears got slapped by Wemby's security team, and Britney just can't stay out of the news, y'all. Like, she always into something. Why can't she just chill out? And just matter of fact, we're gonna save that, but
okay.
we're gonna definitely save that. But yeah, so apparently they were down there partying or something. She filed a police report, for battery and trying to get him for assault and all this stuff. So she's probably trying to get too close to him, trying to get a picture, trying to be like a fan. And the security probably ran up on her and slapped her in the back of the head or something. I don't know what happened, but
darn.
We still waiting for the video to come out on that one, man. So it's definitely something to look out for because Britney always in the news for something, man. So, but y'all know we always do a little segment called Moment in Time, So we're gonna do that towards the end of the show. We gotta get your popcorn ready going. And, we still got that NFL segment coming up after the break. So yeah, man. What you been watching on the tube? E? You been watching anything lately?
Yeah.
You got a little preview for Get Your Popcorn Ready? I know everybody talking about that Flash movie.
Yep. Indiana Jones is pretty good, the new one.
Oh yeah. Man, Harrison Ford, old as I don't know what, but he's still cranking out them movies.
He's still knocking it out.
And
he's still doing it.
Yeah, man, and sad news, man. Ryan Mallett passed away. E, what happened with Ryan Mallett, man? I know y'all know the former quarterback for the New England Patriots. Sadly passed away at the age 35.
Ryan Mallett, former NFL quarterback, dies at 35 in an apartment. Right?
Mm-hmm.
During a Florida.
Wasn't they on like a trip on a Did he drown or was he found in a hotel? I believe he was found in a hotel.
Yeah.
And he might have overdosed or something.
Ripped currents.
Yeah. Oh, the rip current got him. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was probably down in the Gulf Coast or something. That's sad, man.
Man, I've seen that.
Man, you really got to be careful when you're going in the water, man. And,
right.
It's crazy, man. You got, man. I know some relatives that almost had some boating accidents, and you just gotta be careful. Jet ski. I know some people that have been in jet ski bad accidents like that. So, definitely, man. It's crazy, man. You gotta be careful when you're going in the water, man. So that's sad, man. Ryan Mallett, rest in peace, passed away at the age 35, man. That's crazy. So. We're gonna definitely send a prayer out to him, man, and hopefully, man, people just learn from that accident, man. So yeah, so we gotta start planning this. Well, y'all know we always do an NFL segment here on the Mancave, man, and we finally got the date, y'all. The Washington Commanders gonna be selling the team, July 21st, y'all. July 21st. So that's actually, they're going to be voting on everything on a Thursday, which is July 30th. I'm sorry, July 20th. and that's when the rookies report to minicamp. So everybody got to start getting their plans together. I'm glad they did it, on a Friday so everybody can party the whole weekend. So I'm definitely going to have a big cookout and everything, and we're going to celebrate Dan Snyder finally selling the team, man. And, quickly we can kind of go around the room, man. Y'all can join the conversation, man. What was your, what was the moment when you knew the Washington Redskins, whatever, were in trouble? What was your worst Dan Snyder moment when you knew that the team was in trouble? And, there's so many that stick out to me, man. I got so many stories and different things, from some of the signings he did to, just never repairing that field, for the sewage coming down at the stadium. But, this one takes the cake, y'all, for real. Like, I think about maybe a year and a half ago, when all this was going on with the minority owners, all the sexual harassment stuff was coming out, a couple of Redskins executives came out after they had been fired by Dan Snyder. So they were telling a story on some of the grimy stuff that Dan Snyder used to do, man. So they used to work, in the suites down there at FedEx Field, and they would, if there was celebrities, if there was guests coming, they would help the guests come get to the suites and make sure if they had anything that they needed, food, beverages, it's all covered. So one day, we'll give you a little bit of background. Dan Snyder and Ted Lerner, which is the owner of the Washington Nationals, they had a joint parking contract together. So they shared a couple parking lots in DC or something, and then when people got paid, or when people would park there, whatever, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, they shared the revenue. Okay, so apparently, like, something happened with the contract, and Dan Snyder felt like he got ripped off. He felt like that Ted Lerner was getting more out of this parking deal that they had set up. So he told these two Redskins executives to go into Ted Lerner's suite at FedEx Field at the Redskins Stadium, go in there and pour sour milk underneath the rug inside of his suite. So when he goes in there, it just smell like sour milk and it just be terrible and he wouldn't want to stay and all this stuff. So they said that they did this not one time, but numerous times. So just with that, when I heard that story, I had already known that we were in trouble, but that was probably one of my favorite Dan Snyder stories on how embarrassing he was, and one of the main reasons why we got to get rid of this guy as an owner, man. He's just completely destroyed the team. He's been an embarrassment. He harasses women. He's unfair to the cheerleaders. He doesn't pay people. He gypped off LeVar Arrington. Never tried to pay him his money. They messed up the whole Sean Taylor celebration. Right. Putting a mannequin that was made like out of metal with like a cheap jersey on.
I was sad on that one.
He's just been terrible, man. Just not wanting to spend the money. Picking up Carson Wentz, another one. When everybody knew he was done, just to sell tickets. Never. The whole thing with RG3, where he just empowered him and made him like might as well have put a statue of RG3 outside of FedEx Field, because they crowned this man before he did anything. Then they just let him just run, all those draft picks we lost. Then he ends up just leaving or whatever. We had to release him because he was too injured. He never fixed up that field. We never put a good product on the field. The parking lots, the parking. God, it takes like 2 hours to get home from FedEx. Right. Like, you spending all that money. It's just, we can't even wear our Redskins gear around, But now the black cloud has been lifted, and Josh Harris, Magic Johnson, the Rails family, who are big investors in the DC area, they're worth like $6 billion. All these three are coming together and they're buying the Washington Commanders, y'all. So everybody's so happy, and we got to get these party celebrations going, y'all. So we got to start doing research where the party's going to be in DC. Like, I know they're going to do a couple big events in Virginia, but I'm definitely trying to find a spot in DC to find as many Washington Redskin fans as I can find. And I'm going to be partying all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So y'all let me know, man, if y'all hear of anybody throwing any parties, any restaurants having some deals, and You know, everybody just coming together to celebrate a new era. You know, bringing some pride back to the city. And after the break, I got a great story. You know, our segment Moment in Time. We talk about some of the Redskins championship years, some of the cool stories that I've been able to dig up about some of these players. And I got one about Doug Williams and his trials, his tribulations throughout that whole season, and how all the stuff he had to overcome just to get on the field in the regular season. Then the dramatic stuff that happened in the playoffs. Darryl Green just making these out-of-body experience plays when the chips were down, when he had no business playing and saving the game. Like I got this story coming up after the break. It's gonna be incredible, y'all. So, but yeah, it's we definitely looking forward to this new era. You know, definitely go ahead and pick up some Biden IPA at that Old Ox Brewery. I definitely got mine. You know, I'm not a drinker, but I definitely got collector's items, got them for sale. And yeah, it's going to be a great weekend, July 21st, y'all. So mark it on your calendar. Get your party set up, get your food ready. And then, you know, they're going to make a big announcement. And then you listen to 106.7 The Fan, the Team 980, my man B. Mitch, all my folks up there. All you got to do is turn that on, you know, anytime. Basically, anytime July 21st, I turn on the local sports talk radio because they're going to be saying where all the parties are going to be at. They're going to be popping bottles and celebrating. You're going to be hearing fans in the background. They're going to be broadcasting live. So that's July 21st, y'all. So mark that down on your calendar. Big day for Washington. We've been waiting 20 years. Actually, we're waiting about 5 years for this. And it's finally come, man. The pressure got to him, and we got ourselves some new owners. So definitely happy about that, and we definitely pleased about that. So we're gonna take a quick break. We gotta pay some bills, but we will be back with some of those stories, and you guys will be definitely in for a treat, especially those Redskins fans. You know, some of these stories are just classic, man. We also got you get your popcorn ready. We give you all that hip hop news, all that
and
drama.
Also sit on down, right?
And that sit on down segment. Oh yeah, we definitely hitting that. So
Okay.
We'll be right back while y'all listen to some music by Devin Young. Blowing up. All right, we back, y'all. We back. And we definitely gotta start off with one of our fan favorites. You know, we always do a segment called "Sit On Down." Sit on down. Yep. And it's just for people just doing some clown, goofy stuff out here, on and off the court, or out here in the community or whatever. And we call them out here on the Mancave. We call them down, and we don't hold no punches, man. And you know, we gonna nominate none other this week than the company ESPN and all they front office people, because they just laid off about 20 on-air personalities, some sportscasters that we really love, man.
Oh my God.
Jalen Rose, they got rid of. Like, what are y'all doing, man? Susie Colburn, another African-American sister who does a great job sideline reporting. My boy Neil Everett, they got away. They got rid of. You know the guy on Sports Center. They every time they hit a home run, he'd be like Jack, or he used like a drink special or something. He's like Jameson on the rocks or something. Or somebody hit a home. He's got so many ad libs.
Right.
But he used to come on like 11 o'clock on the LA time, right after Van Pelt. And they still got Van Pelt in there making all this money. He's losing a step. He's losing his fastball. And we'll be on there soon, y'all, so don't even worry. But who else are they paying a lot? Pat McAfee. They paying Pat McAfee like $30 million a year. He making way more than he did like his whole career playing football. Like, get out of here. Like, this dude is a fake Dave Chappelle. Like, his show on FS1 where all he did was interview Aaron Rodgers all day. Mm-hmm. You know, every Tuesday or something. Aaron Rodgers would come on there crying and spilling and just gossiping, throwing the Packers underneath the bus. That's how he got famous. So ESPN's getting rid of all these good, hard-working, good broadcasters that have been there for years. All these people that we love, to give all this money to freaking Pat McAfee and Scott Van Pelt. Like, it's crazy. They unprofessional the way they did it. Like, Stephen A. Smith is even calling them out because he basically has a big position at ESPN. And he's fed up, man. They lost a lot of good people. Jeff Van Gundy, another one they lost. He does a great job on the broadcast during the NBA games on ABC and ESPN in the playoffs.
Also with Mark Jackson, right?
I think Mark Jackson is still there, but okay. Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, they had that chemistry. And without Jeff, little bald-headed, little nerdy self, looking like Bill Nye the Science Guy, you know, without that chemistry with him and Mark Jackson going jab for jab, it's not going to work. So they should have got rid of Mike Breen. I think that's his name. Tall guy with the gray hair who works for Mark Jackson and other guys. So ESPN, man, y'all got to do better, man. Y'all getting rid of all these good people, man. We about to go to FS1. The whole ESPN about to go down with this shit. All they got is all them big dudes on there, Swaggy P and Kendrick Perkins and Ryan Clark. I like Ryan Clark, but them other football dudes, man, they not funny. They losing their fastball too, so... Man, everybody about to jump ship, man. I see ESPN just going down the tubes, man. So,
wow. Y'all
let us know, man. Y'all still going to be watching ESPN with all these people gone? You know, we're going to see. If they get Shannon Sharp, though, if they get Shannon Sharp and him and Stephen A. get that super team, then I might start tuning in again.
Me too,
but for now, I'm waiting to see where Shannon Sharp going to go because I mess with Shannon, man. He tells it how it is, so. Yeah. So ESPN, man, come on down, man. Y'all are sit on down nominee for this week.
Yes.
So come on down, ESPN. Do better, man. Do better. Y'all need to fire all y'all front office people, matter of fact. So, but yeah, man, y'all know we starting up a new segment, man. You know, it's called A Moment in Time, and we always spotlight some good stories that we dig up from the old glory days with the Redskins when they were winning championships, man. And we gonna turn the clock back to 1987. You know, I was 3 years old. But anyway, everybody knows about Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl. And a lot of people don't know that he barely even got on the field that year. So it was 1988 or something. They brought in Doug Williams from Tampa Bay. But they already had a quarterback, Jay Schrader. So Jay Schrader, I think he used to play for the Raiders. I think it might have been before or after. I'm not too sure on that one. But Jay Schrader was this cocky quarterback that was a starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins in '87. So, but none of the other players liked him. Nobody respected him. And he didn't have the locker room. So, but he was basically like hand-picked the job. He was like, man, he was like a California Malibu guy. Had the little weight, had the long blonde hair out there. You can just see, if you look at old pictures of him standing on the sideline, he just looks like a jerk. He looked like he thought he was above the other players. You know, he thought the quarterback just should have been elevated, and that's how he carried himself. Well, the offensive line didn't block that way, and he ended up getting hurt like the fourth game or something. So Doug Williams comes in, and he comes in relief in the fourth quarter, comes in, throws like 3 touchdown passes. So immediately everybody's like, yeah, man, Doug is the man. Like, he's got command of offense. He's got a big arm. He's about 6'4", and immediately, as soon as he started calling the plays in the huddle, you could see the players respected his voice. They could relate to Doug Williams. He was like one of the other guys. He didn't act like he was all up here like the other guy. So Joe Gibbs was like, all right, I'm gonna give you a chance. So they let him be the starter. I think it was like week 8. He started versus a team. He was all hyped up. He was prepared, and he ended up having just a terrible game. Came out and threw like 2 interceptions, and he was running all over the place, and he fumbled the ball a couple times. He just didn't have the game that he wanted. So immediately Joe Gibbs went right back to Jay Schrader. So I remember that Doug Williams telling the story, man. He was talking to one of the running backs, and he was like, man, the running back was like, man, we ain't never gonna get on the field. Doug was like, man, just be patient, have faith. We gonna get back on this field. He just had that much belief. So sure enough, it was like the last game of the season versus the Cowboys, and Jay Schrader had got nicked up, got hurt that game before. So the last game versus the Cowboys, Doug Williams came out and just balled out. Threw like first pass, threw a bomb to Gary Clark or something for like 80 yards. Then hit like another seam route right down the middle, hit another dude wide open for like another 60 yards, and he was just rolling. He was rolling out of the pocket. Doug was famous for that rollout. He roll out to the right, roll out to the left, and just throw that thing on the run. And so Joe Gibbs was like, all right, we going with you. We going to name you. We going to go into you. You're going to be our starter going into the 87 playoffs. So Doug Williams was in the playoffs, ended up starting. They won the first 2 games. So it was the NFC Championship game versus the Minnesota Vikings. And the score was tied. Well, let me reverse back. I think the second playoff game was versus the Lions, I think, or something. But they needed a spark. They were down by 3, I think, and it was the fourth quarter with like 8 minutes left. And rarely does Joe Gibbs put Darrell Green back on the punt return. So everybody knows that Darrell Green is one of the fastest guys in NFL history. He's also considered one of the best cornerbacks in NFL history. You know, number 28 for the Washington Redskins. Y'all can look him up. One of the fastest, man. He had a great career, played at age 42. But he was only a youngster back then. He was only like 27. So Redskins was down 3. They needed this game to go to the NFC Championship game. So Joe Gibbs pulled out his secret weapon. He said, Darrell, go ahead, man. Go on out. We need you. We need a big return. Darrell Green goes out, stands out there by like the 30-yard line, of our 30-yard line. So he had to go about 70 yards. So the Detroit Lions line up and they kick it to Darrell Green. Darrell Green catches it on the right sideline and takes off the right sideline, and 2 guys are coming up on the right sideline right on him. So he hurdles both of them, like scissor kicks them. Scissor kicks the one guy, hurdles over him, and he starts cutting back to the middle of the field. So he starts cutting back to the middle of the field. He's got some room. He's out there maneuvering. He's down there by the 40. He's down there by the 30. Now two guys are coming at him from the right side. So they're coming at him from the right side, but there's all these people on the right, so he's got to cut to the left. So he hits that little Madden juke, that little hop to the left, and immediately he tears his rib. He tears his right cartilage in his rib. So you can see in the video, as Darrell Green's running the ball, he's getting to the 10, and he's got a lane. He gets into the end zone, but he's holding his rib like the whole time as he's running into the end zone. So fast forward. So they got to play a game versus the Minnesota Vikings in Washington to go to the Super Bowl, 1987. So Darrell Green, the coach is calling him. There's one of the coach that gets a hold of Darrell Green on Wednesday. He's like, Darrell, you got to tell me something. I got to put together the game plan. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell me something. So Darrell's on the phone. Darrell Green's on the phone with the coach, with the defensive coordinator. He's like, man, I don't know, but if you had to ask me right now, I'm not going to be able to play. I can't go. So all the offensive linemen got word that Darrell Green's not going to be able to play. And so they were like, Darrell, they start calling him. They start talking to him at practice, at the facility. Like, they're like, Darrell, you got to play. Like, you got to get this Novocaine shot. And Darrell Green was just afraid of needles. You know, Darrell Green was afraid of needles, so he never wanted to get a shot. So he was back and forth throughout Thursday. He was like, I don't know, man. I don't want to get this shot, man. And back then, people didn't know about needles. He was just deathly afraid of needles. So finally, they put so much pressure on him. He was like, all right, I'll get this shot one time. So he took the Novocaine shot, and he played against the Minnesota Vikings. So Darrell Green played the first 3 quarters and played great. So the score is tied 28-28. All right? So it's the 4th quarter, and the Redskins go up. Doug Williams throws a pass, and they go up 34-27 with 2 minutes left. So Minnesota gets the ball back, 2 minutes left, down 7. So Minnesota starts driving. They hitting people here. They getting first downs. They driving down the field, getting down to 1 minute. They down to like the 30. So then they get down to about the 20-yard line with I think like 7 seconds left in the game. They only got time for one more play. So at this point, the Novocaine shot had wore off. So Darrell Green was on the sideline before that last drive for the Minnesota Vikings. So Darrell Green just checked himself back into the game. Even though he was hurt, he just checked himself back in the game. All heart. So like I said, last play, 7 seconds left. Vikings are driving. Redskins up 34-27. Vikings draw up this sweet play. They got 2 wide receivers on the left side and a tight end and 1 wide receiver on the right side. So the Vikings, they send Darrell Green's man, they send him straight on a post, straight up to the end zone. So Darrell Green running with his man, and he's in the end zone. The other guy runs an out. So basically that's going straight up and out towards the sideline. And the guy takes the out like right at the 2-yard line, but he's still in bounds. So if he catches it, he has enough room to go right into the end zone. So they dropped a perfect play. Darrell's man goes this way. The other guy goes out this way. The guy that was playing the out route gets caught up in the scrum. So the guy is open. He's wide open. Wide open catch at the 2-yard line. If he catches this ball, he's going to walk into the end zone. So Darrell Green with a torn rib notices that this guy is going out, sees it, is very smart, sees the guy that he's going out, and smartly is able to come off of his man and sneak right around him. He kind of goes right around his man. The guy from the Vikings catches the ball at the 2-yard line. Bam, he's got it. He thinks he's about to score. Darrell Green comes off his man out of nowhere, missiles, catapults himself, boom, hits the Vikings receiver. The ball pops out. Incomplete pass, no time left. Everybody in the crowd is going crazy. Redskins are going to the Super Bowl, all because Darrell Green checked himself back in, even though he had a torn rib, the shot wore off, and he came off of his man. Had no business even being in that play if not for noticing that route and knowing that that guy was wide open, and he was the only one that was going to be able to save that game for him. So, great play by Darrell Green, one of the most memorable plays in Redskins history. And now we on to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Washington Redskins versus the Denver Broncos. Joe Gibbs has a secret plan to insert a running back that's barely played the entire season. His name is Timmy Smith. So Joe Gibbs doesn't tell anybody but Doug Williams. Tells Doug Williams on Wednesday, the game's not till Sunday. Why would he just tell Doug Williams? Y'all got to stay tuned next week. That's going to be part 2 of the 1987 World Champion Washington Redskins, Doug Williams, Moment in Time, Part 2 story. So y'all got to tune in next Thursday, 7:30. We're gonna definitely finish that one off, man. But let me get some quick shout-outs here. How you doing, Shirley? I see Shirley in the house. One of my favorites. What's going on, Young and Pimp 7887 showing love. Accelerated join 2-1. 95, you been in here the whole time, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. We got my man Malachi Rainey up in here, showing love, man. Big shout outs to you, my man. And man, yeah, always appreciate the love, y'all. So y'all know we always do a segment here on the Mancave called Get Your Popcorn Ready, man. We always try to give y'all some entertainment stories going on. And you know, Shaquille O'Neal's doing like this world tour, man. Shaq's DJing now, like all these stadiums. So he pulled up to Philly, and he actually mixed a little Uzi Vert with a Meek Mill joint. So definitely keep an eye out for Shaq. He's doing like a little DJ tour, and everybody's kind of talking about that. And he supposedly he puts on a good show, man. So we definitely gonna keep an ear out if we hear anything about that. So
I had a question about Shaq on that.
Go ahead, E.
Don't forget, y'all. He did a tour at the Cameron Yards not too long ago too. He did a concert over there. It was I believe it was against the Minnesota Twins and company. Yeah, it was one of those concert tours he did. He did some music for them this past June. Yeah,
Nice.
Going into July. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So we still praying for Zion Williamson. He's still going through all this stuff with that adult filmstress Mariah Mills. So hopefully he can just get back on the court, man. And we definitely want to see Zion beating that case, man. So. You know, Kanye West back in the news, y'all. Kanye West, man. So apparently, man, he's trying to. If y'all didn't know, Kanye's got this big Donda Academy where he's kind of training students to be fashion designers or religious people. I'm not even sure what they're doing at this school, but apparently the school ain't had no windows. No windows. So that's a little suspect right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Man, Kanye got a lot of Michael Jackson characteristics about him. So, you know, when it came out, Kanye kind of came out and said that he just didn't like glass. So he didn't want to have no windows. So, but when you having underage kids at your facility, Kanye, like you don't want to be having them enclosed anywhere where it might look like that something might be going on there that shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of coming out trying to clean it up a little bit, and he still got that facility though. That was in jeopardy when all that law, when all them brands were dropping them like Adidas and all that stuff. When he was talking about the Jewish people, but he apparently still got that school going. But Kanye, man, you got to get some windows up there for real. So, man, Robert De Niro's grandson just passed away from fentanyl. Heard that story today.
Man.
Yep, and it's sad, man. That fentanyl is all over the place, man. So you got kids, man. You gotta really educate them on all this fentanyl stuff that's going on and how they mixing it with all sorts of drugs and vapes and stuff. And you just gotta really educate your kids and not take any risks, man, because kids is dying out here left and right. And man, that's a sad story. Robert De Niro's grandson, you know, passed away. Same thing, man. But yeah, so Robert De Niro's daughter, her name was Drana, had a son. His name was Leonardo. He kind of looks like Robert De Niro in the pictures and everything. But he passed away from a drug overdose. It looked like it might have been in New York or something. But, man, that's sad. So, yeah, you know, we got y'all hip on that Britney Spears story. So we're going to see if she filed that lawsuit. You know, Deadpool 3 coming out. I'm out on them Deadpool movies. You know, I ain't a big fan. I like the first two. I'll go see it actually. I like Ryan Reynolds, man. He's a funny dude, man. So, and yeah, Elon Musk is talking about fighting Mark Zuckerberg. So it's Facebook versus Twitter. They trying to get in a ring together, and it's like I don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see them two. First of all, Zuckerberg is like a string bean out there. Elon Musk, he got the dad body. So nobody want to see him out there either. He probably gonna come out like a rocket suit or something.
Right.
You know, Elon Musk, like, he gotta just chill out too, man. He just trying to pick a fight with everybody.
Man.
Ever since he's gotten Twitter, man, he's just all over the place, man.
Wow.
So, and
you think he's moving fast like Kanye too?
oh yeah, he doing way too much.
Man. Kanye
just need to sit down, man. Like, golly, man. And we still following, you know, Dirk and Young Boy still going at it with their little beef. So,
man,
we definitely always watching that. So, if y'all got any new stories, new insight on any of that, let me know. Jordan Poole just got to DC, y'all. So, they, you know, I'm sure U Street already printing flyers, and it's crazy. And, we got to talk about Skip Bayless.
Yeah, let's go.
Old Skip.
Dallas boy.
Who used to be on the Skip and Shannon show, one of the biggest sports shows for the last 7 years. I think they went on for like 7 years. But
okay.
Skip ain't doing good, y'all. We might have to put out witness protection for Skip.
Yeah.
Ever since Shannon left that show, man, it said the Skip has been on a 2-month hiatus. Like, he's not doing well, y'all.
Wow.
And he knows that Shannon Sharp left that show because of him. It's because of his terrible mouth. He always judging people and his stereotypes and all his racial undertones. And he always just saying unprofessional, unclassy things. And he on his way out anyway. So, and they said Skip has never done anything like this in all of his years.
Man.
You know, and they said that you know, he thought Shannon was gonna be around for a lot longer, but Shannon just pulled the plug like right away. Was like, I'm out. And I remember when he did his final show, and he was like, man, when you go to sleep at night, just let you need to know I gave you my all. You know, he was talking to Skip Bayless. I'm like, man, don't even give him that, Shannon.
Right.
He was like, yeah, you gave me my shot, and I appreciate that. Don't give him none of that crap, man.
Man.
On your way out, but like, man, I'd have been like, when you go to sleep on your pillow, just know that I was a big part of this show, and I brought it every day, and you know, we had a great team thing together when it worked well, when you was respecting me. That's what I would have said to him. So, yeah. Shannon was way too nice in that whole thing, man. But everybody say, man, if y'all put an APP out, if anybody see Skip Bayless, man, you know, hit my line, man. Hit me in the comments, man. Let us know, man.
Some questions about that, yeah.
For sure. So, but yeah, man, we definitely gonna be doing some appearances coming up. You know, we got my man Art Garfield coming up probably in a few weeks. He gonna be definitely was a big comedian in New York. He's got tons of stories because he's been in movies with a lot of comedians, with Faizon Love and Cat Williams. He got a bunch of stories and stuff. So I can't wait for that episode. And we definitely gonna be partying on the 21st, man. We gonna be giving away some merch. Coming up here soon. We're going to be doing some giveaways every episode for people that's tuned in. We're going to be signing the merch ourselves and shipping it right to you, man. We're going to be doing it right here on the live. So stay locked in, you know, so everybody that's been loyal and hanging in with us, man, we always going to be looking out for people, rewarding people and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's been a good show, man. A little abbreviated show because of the holiday. You know, we got some folks out of town, but man, it was definitely, man, always good to have some fun with y'all, man, and always good to chop it up with y'all about sports stuff, on and off the court stuff going on in the community and stuff, and talking about the holidays, what y'all do with y'all kids and different things like that. So, yeah, man, the weekend's coming up. Got Friday tomorrow. Got that NBA debut from Wemby that everybody's gonna be talking about. So definitely tune into that. Definitely it's gonna be, you know. Hopefully the weather cooperates with us, and people will be able to get outside and enjoy this summertime. So let us know what y'all gonna be doing this weekend so we can pull up. And yeah, everybody be safe out there. Take care of each other, and have some fun this weekend, man. Enjoy life, man. That's what it's meant to be for, and help somebody else along the way. You know, we always preach that too. So I appreciate y'all, man, and we're going to holler at y'all next Thursday, same time, same place. So from my boy E-Money producing, did a great job, super producer as always. JP, shout out to you, my man. He'll be back next week. And From the Natives Real, man. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week, man. We out. Peace.